Hey guys, Total Control 871. Here I am. See if I can get myself centered up here a little bit better. There we go. Okay. Yeah, it's been a while, right? Okay, so the world has continued to go crazy. Today, what we're going to be talking about, the Alex Peretti. Am I saying that right? Preddy, yes. The Alex Preddy shooting. There are many videos of it, the news coverage, both mainstream media and independent journalists. I want to talk about something that's rather disturbing. It's not just simply going to be about the shooting itself, but also how big tech, namely Google, how they are assisting in the ignition of a hot civil war. So this is going to be something in the vein of a lateral sensor log today. But as you guys know, I don't just simply, when I do my sensor log videos, I'm not just simply sounding off about how my voice has been censored, but it's usually a larger threat that's actually looming. So here we have, I think, the video. It is called, bring myself down here, on the Minneapolis shooting. Alex Peretti, the man killed, grew up in Wisconsin. Yeah, so they never want to say armed. I've noticed that. Why don't you just simply, as far as I know, I thought left-wing media absolutely loved and titillated and pointing out whenever, the shooter's armed. I haven't heard a single question about the type of firearm that he had. I mean, I know there's been a couple of news press conferences. I haven't watched them all, but I believe he had a 9mm, I think, but you're not hearing them say anything at all about this. If anything, they're trying to bring up the fact that he had a concealed carry license, or a license to carry, yeah. Therefore, Minneapolis, Wisconsin, or not, excuse me, not Wisconsin. He grew up in Wisconsin, but Minneapolis, Minnesota. There you go. And from what I understand now, I have not read the full law because, oh my God, gun laws, they are extremely complicated, and they're that way by design. I know here in New Jersey, you're not allowed to bring a firearm to a protest. Alex Peretti was not just simply passing through a protest. He was actively participating in it. There's absolutely no question about it. He was assisting in both obstructing and then directing traffic, standing. You're not contracted by the state, buddy. You have no right to be out in the middle of the road, letting cars go by at your behest when you feel that it's okay. The thoroughfare needs to be kept open, okay? And you're obstructing that. So Peretti, he and his fellow rioters, radicalized rioters, they basically stood on the side of it, within 3 feet of an ICE van with agents there, and blaring their whistles into their ears. Okay. Now, I do believe in striking a balance. It's okay to have like a portable amplifier. That's fine when you want to give your speeches, address a crowd. In other words, it's okay to use a device for enunciative purposes or to make your presence known. You can blow your whistle, but you cannot blow your whistle full blast 3 feet away from a person's ear, especially when there are multiple people simultaneously blaring their whistles, okay? You are causing damage to a person's auditory senses. Okay, you don't have the right to do that. It's fine if you want to stay all the way on the other side of the street using portable amplifiers, that's fine, but you cannot use them a foot away from a person's head. You cannot hold a bullhorn the way we saw with Billboard Chris and the trans radicals that were screaming into his ear, bullhorns blaring into his ear. You are literally causing quantifiable damage to a person's hearing, their ability to hear. You will deafen them. Do you understand? Also, as you are screaming your chants and your whistles, officers, they need to be able to communicate with one another. Believe it or not, they actually are also trying to communicate to effect their arrest where they can keep the community safe. I get it. I understand. You don't agree with the arrest. You are angry about it. And you feel that it is a great wrong. Okay, fine. I get all that. Nevertheless, excuse me. Nevertheless, it's not like these federal agents just simply rolled out of bed and decided, gee, I think I'll go kill some protesters today. It's not like that at all, okay? So they are trying to get the work done and to get it done without having to involve physical force. Because local police are refusing to assist in this. Therefore, you got these federal agencies that are having to do these arrests. I think let me put it to you like this. One person, I think they were complaining that, it was out of California. Maine. So many of them. Apparently this guy was let me get it right. He was a corrections officer, I believe it was. He's a corrections officer. From what I read of the report, it sounded like he had paperwork to be in the country, and I'm not hearing, anything about any kind of criminal activity. Whether he came into the country legally or illegally, the fact that he was able to obtain paperwork, I think called it an I-9 or something like that. Don't get me lying. I don't know all about the legality. So I really can't speak to whether or not his paperwork caused him to be here or not. The point that I am making is that when ICE arrested him, they were complaining that, oh my God, they left his windows down. His car was left unattended. Because I get it. I watch a lot of police cam videos, and the officers, you really got to love the irony, as the people they're arresting are screaming at the top of their lungs, cursing these cops to the absolute core of their being. These police officers, because back in the day, I'll tell you right now, 20, 30 years ago, there was no question about it. Your shit is getting hooked and towed away to the impound yard, and you are going to fork out all kinds of money to get it out, okay? But a lot of that has changed now. The cops, they'll try, is anybody nearby? You want to call somebody? They can come pick up the car. I was amazed. I was like, wow. They'll try and work with you. But that's what local police do. Federal agents like ICE officers, no, they're not. You're right. They're not trained in that. Okay? That's what the local police was for, and if they were working in tandem with the federal officers, then this wouldn't be a problem. You are creating a problem for yourself, okay? You're making these arrests far more dangerous than what they have to be. Okay, so I want to get into my comment here. We got a snarky little ditty. Bring myself over here. A snarky little ditty here where, what is this now? Pickle Boofer. Okay. Where Pickle Boofer says, so let me get this straight. There's a video showing an officer, and of course they're declaring, this is by proclamation. By proclamation, I proclaim what I'm about to say is to be the quantifiable truth that can be seen on the video footage, and of course, it's not. So this is Jedi mind trick. This is Jedi mind trick time. There are no droids, These are not the droids. All right. So there's a video showing an officer removing this man's weapon, and then another officer proceeds to shoot him several times. Am I missing something? I couldn't fathom how anyone would defend the ICE agent in this scenario other than sheer blind loyalty. So, now many of you probably don't know because we're going to visit my old YouTube channel. Yes, people, I did get it back. Amazing, right? I got it back a couple of months ago. That's another matter. But anyway, so I come down here and I say, let's take a look at what I got to say. Put myself up there. I reply to it and I say, if there was a struggle for the weapon that had no legal right to be at said riot protest, you cannot bring weapons to a protest. You're there exercising your First Amendment right, okay? This is not the time to have one of those ridiculous Second Amendment audits, okay? When tensions are not the time to do it. Then yes, you can shoot the armed rioter. That's what I said. And then I also go on to say, or he, like the homicidal driver, Rene Good, could have and should have stuck to blowing their little whistles. Okay, their little whistles. And apparently they can't even do that correctly. So let's take a look at, I'm up to 6 likes now. Now, let's see. Video Jugos, I guess that's how you pronounce it. Video Jugos says to me, he's replying to me, there was no struggle for the weapon. He didn't fight even after being pepper sprayed. Also, you really took the Rene thing hook, line, and sinker too, huh? Even video evidence can't show you what happened. Now, the Rene Good video evidence, that thing has been dissected 10 ways to Sunday, okay? Although the commenters here, they think that I'm some sort of a cop bootlicker. We're about to look at how much of a cop bootlicker I am. I'm about to play some vintage Total Control footage for you. All right, and you tell me how much of a cop bootlicker I am, okay? But they say this, of course, once again, completely just simply seeing what they want to see. The video Jugos, they're probably a bot. They're all probably bots, okay? And they just simply want to claim something that is not there. We saw how the ICE agent, well, you've seen it. Do I need to say it anymore? You know, they're in front of the vehicle. You gun the engine. I'm sorry, but you're playing games. You know, I did do a video on this particular topic of what they call it, where cops create the hazard. I did a video of this like a year or so ago, maybe longer, where I cautioned police. Yeah, because what was it? Mark Dial. There you go, Mark Dial. You know, it was, I did it when I did a coverage of him. You know, I think also in that video I referenced a French police officer who leaned over in front of a driver, going way out of their way to, and that's what they're trying to say happened here, and that just simply wasn't the case. The ICE agent, they were both walking in front of the vehicle. They were traversing in front of it. They weren't completely standing. And Rene Good was backing up. So, should not have had the vehicle in motion. You were given a command to get. You're being placed under arrest. You're being placed under arrest, and you are fighting that arrest. You are fighting that arrest because in your delusional mind, these people don't have either A, the authority to arrest you, or if they do, it's so morally reprehensible that my righteous indignation nullifies your arrest power, your power to arrest. And of course, that's complete bullshit. But this is what people are telling themselves. You know, they want to fiction up their world to believe what they want to believe. So I found that interesting. So, and I did. I checked into. I tell you what. Let me see. Yeah, I guess we can go to the Peretti shooting. Hold on. Okay, so here we are at the Peretti shooting, the Alex Peretti shooting. I am going to be. Let me see, because I want you to see. I don't know how much I want to magnify this or not. We'll play it as is up until the shooting, and then we'll take it back and do some dissecting. How does that sound? And yeah, get ready to adjust your volumes. This is us listening to this over the microphones of our computers or phones. Imagine this shit being blared into your ear canal. Because we see, come on, we'll blow it up right here, right now. Look at how, bring my thing down here. Look how close. We're thinking, what, this is like a foot away. One of them's a foot away. The other looks like maybe 3 feet away. Okay. It's entirely too close. They're leaning into the vehicle. The officers got to be able to communicate with each other, communicate over their comms, over their radios, and you are screaming and deafening their ear with your whistle. Let's give a listen, shall we? They stopped the person who was illegally carrying a firearm at a riot protest. How can I say this? Because a lot of black people in the urban black community, they would go to make these kind of absurd arguments. You know, when their baby, their child, who they're 14, 15, or whatever year old, 20-some year old, they're in back alley, dark alleyways, dressed a certain way. They've got a firearm. Cops roll up on them. A foot pursuit ensues. And as they're running, they're now, number one, they got to pull up their pants because, good Lord, black men in their sagging pants. Oh my God, it's been like almost 40 fucking years or 30 years that this trend has been going, and how many have been shot and killed because they simply refuse to wear their clothes properly. Anyway, they're pulling up jeans. They're grabbing their gun to stop because the gun's about to fall. They don't want to lose the gun, or maybe they are pulling the gun to shoot the officer who was in a foot pursuit. Both realities can be true, can and have been true. Okay, so a lot of the black activist community, they want to have these types of arguments where they begin to, after the fact, hindsight, they want to begin to dissect shit frame by frame. Okay, here is how I feel about that. Here is how I feel about shit like this in these protests. When you set certain things into motion, okay, I'm going to go out at 12 midnight. True, you can. There's no curfew. You can move about. Okay, fine. I'm going to keep an illegal firearm on my person, even though I am a convicted felon, okay? Or even if you're not a convicted felon, do you have the proper licensing for such activity? No, okay. And I'm going to go hang out on this area that is well known for gang violence, okay? Gang banging violence, or a back alley where people get robbed. They'll kind of make sure Batman, Martha, Thomas Wayne, Seriously, you're that rich and you exit the theater in a fucking slum alley? Anyway, why? Anyway. But yeah, so the cops roll up on you. Like I say, foot pursuit ensues. And the gun that is now in your hand because you had to pull it out your waistband because you're running at top knot speed, I don't know. Maybe you are looking to throw it away, or maybe you're looking to put the gun behind you to shoot the officer behind you. Both are equally plausible. But in the moment, you don't have the luxury of analyzing, theorizing, hypothetical. Well, what's his attitude before he took off running? What's this, that? No. You took certain actions, you committed to those actions, and now you're about to be held responsible to those actions. Same thing with our riotous protesters, okay? When Alex Peretti decided to keep that weapon, put that weapon on his person to come to his peaceful protest, but apparently he feels he needs to be armed for this peaceful protest. I mean, what exactly were you going to do with the weapon? Okay, you're one man with one weapon, whether the weapon is there legally or illegally. Are you seriously saying you're going to take on the federal government? One man, one weapon. Okay, it's absurd. The logic is absurd. And it goes to prove that you're not intelligent, okay? It's like, how do you say it? How many different ways can you say somebody is stupid and unmoored? There you go. I don't know if I've used that lately. They are unmoored from reality, okay? And he got his reality check. He got a very hard reality check. Okay, we're going to blow up our picture and we're going to take it back. Get ready with your volume again. So let me see. What am I looking at here? So we already got our protesters a couple of feet away, ICE agents, and they're now going to blare and scream. Let's keep our eye on I think they're both female, I think. Of course. Why are we surprised? And the ICE agents, what happens is they've had it with their shit, causing injury to their ear. And they are now going to effect an arrest. And they're going to resist this. Why? Same thing with Renee Good. Either A, they feel they don't have the power to effect that arrest, or B, they feel that their moral, righteous indignation nullifies their arrest power. Let's give a listen. Okay, so here we got Alex stepping into the road. He's holding up his recording device. He wants to document what the women are doing as they are harassing and, quite frankly, assaulting. We can say it's past harassment and obstruction. It's an assault. It's an assault on your auditory senses. And, of course, he's standing directly in front of traffic that needs to get by. We see him holding up his hand, waving traffic. Alex, you're not a traffic officer, okay? Get out of the road. Thank you very much. You can just as easily stand. He can just as easily stand on the sidewalk over here. Just stand on the sidewalk. Hello, your phone's got a fucking zoom, doesn't it? You see it? Oh, see? Mm-hmm. These idiots sit up there and fork out $1,000, $1,200, $1,300, $1,400 for these phones and just fucking completely forget. Well, number one, judging from this video, sweetheart, it's called landscape mode. Hold the shit horizontal, okay? Horizontally, okay? And you can use your zoom, okay? You can zoom in while recording. And a phone that they have, even basic phones would have no problem whatsoever doing a zoom in from this kind of a distance from the side of the sidewalk. No problem whatsoever. It's completely unnecessary for you to be in the street. But of course, you're there to do more than just document, more than just protest. You are here to harass, obstruct, and cause injury to federal agents. Let's continue on. Okay, so there's Alex. He's still doing his traffic cop thing. Okay, so what's happening here is this ICE agent has had it with this woke bitch's shit, blaring crap into his ear. And he is now coming to effect an arrest.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I don't know. What the fuck is wrong with you? Why are you interfering with police business? Okay, so what we have here is the ICE agent, and he's about to be joined by other agents. So both of these females that he is helping, I guess, to get out of the street. And what happens is that Alex starts to obstruct the arrest of these two women. And this is why Alex gets taken to the ground. Okay, so there he is. He's being pepper sprayed. At this point, all Alex needs to do is walk the fuck away. But of course, he won't walk away because he is there to help and to aid and abet the assailants who are there to cause injury. Again, that's the second blast of the pepper spray. All he had to do, walk away. He might not even been arrested at that point. Okay, so now, excuse me, the ICE agents are pulling them apart. Why? Because they have been targeted for arrest, and with good cause. And Alex is now fighting that arrest. He's fighting their arrest, and he's fighting his own arrest. And again, all he had to do was simply comply. And remember, our poster, our commenter says that this isn't happening, that Alex isn't fighting. He isn't fighting at all.
The fuck, people? What the fuck is wrong with you? Honestly.
Okay. So what we got here, so Alex is in there. He's right there. And this is I believe this might be the first ICE agent who spots the weapon and will pull his weapon right there. Let's see. Yeah. So now he's about to pull his weapon. To be factual, there's an absolute cluster. I cannot see Peretti's arms at all. I can't see his arms. I can't see his hands. I don't know if the weapon, if he has possession in his hands or not, if he's pulling it. I mean, after all, isn't that why you brought the weapon? Because what's happening right here, right now, in your mind, you feel that this is some sort of assault against democracy, the Constitution, and therefore it is your duty as a citizen to pull your weapon and start shooting officers. I mean, right? I mean, otherwise, why did you bring the gun? Why did you bring the gun? This is a battle of voices and ideas. Why did you bring a gun? Okay. There it goes. The first shot. We see that Alex, he might not even be necessarily critically wounded at this point. We see him. He's on his knees right here, and he's about to get a fatal a fatal shot. Of course, we can't see. This doofus is just all over with the camera.
The fuck did you just do? What the fuck did you just do? What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh my god! 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 The fuck did you just do? The fuck did you just do? Yes! Somebody call the ambulance! Somebody call the ambulance! Somebody needs to call the ambulance! Somebody call 911!
And I think we can leave it there because she's screaming to call 911. And as we can tell by the formatting of this video, sweetheart, you're holding a phone. If Alex Paredes's life was so valuable to you, you would have stopped recording and started dialing 911. But of course, it's not important to you. Just your cause is, okay? And let's be honest, this is beyond just simply about immigration. This is about rigging elections, okay? It's about keeping these types of votes that are there that are fraudulent by the hundreds of thousands, and that's what they're desperate to keep going and to keep hidden and to not speak about it. Okay, so we saw how, you know, here we have our struggle. Let's look at our struggle one more time.
The fuck, people? The fuck is wrong with you? Honestly.
Okay, so there's our struggle while officers are trying to conduct an arrest. So, what definitely got me motivated to do my little video tonight is that apparently Total Control 871 needs to educate all the little woke radicals on how to conduct a protest, how to resist the police, and to do it safely and lawfully. And I'm going to be turning to some of my own vintage footage of this. Let's pop over and take a look, shall we? right, sir. May I have the reason why you're stopping me today?
Yeah, absolutely. All right. This is a very, 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 very busy and dangerous roadway. This is a very wide attachment you have on the back of the bike. All right. There's several cars that almost hit you. You cannot ride your bicycle on a Black Horse bike. Not with this thing attached. You're going to have to find, there's plenty of side roads, and you can record me all you want. I'm reporting you too. All right. You're going to have to take alternate routes for your own safety, all right? We scrape up too many people off of these streets that get hit on the Black Horse Pike.
Yes. I got the channel back, everybody. For those of you, I told you that I used to have a channel. I started it, as it says here, this video is 10 years old. I was up to almost 20,000 subscribers, but of course, YouTube, they pushed a lot of my subscribers off, meaning a lot of my subscribers are telling me that they had to constantly resubscribe because, well, YouTube would just simply unsubscribe people. So, all right, this is Pleasantville Unlawful Arrest, Part 1. Now, when I watched this, it had been a while since I had watched this video. Believe it or not, I really don't like watching my my unlawful harassment videos by police. Well, quite frankly, it's just simply re-victimization. It was a very difficult time in my life. I was homeless. I was struggling with a lot. You know, homelessness is quite the struggle. And I can definitely see that there were what you would call stressors. You know, I was coping with a lot of stressors. So when I look back on this video that's 10 years old now, and I do so with a fair mind, because remember now, our commenter said that I'm a cop bootlicker or something, or they were intimating that, maybe not that exact words, but that I'm all up the cop's ass, you know. So for any of you who are transitioners who resubscribe to the new channel and whatnot, you know very much indeed that that's simply not the case, okay? And, but I do know that when I look back on this, I can see how, do I want to say that I overreacted? I don't think I overreacted. I was correct in what I was saying to Officer Burke, Officer Ralph Burke of Pleasantville Police, okay? I was indeed correct. But like I was trying to tell Officer Burke that he just simply doesn't know the backstory. At this point, I had been ticketed thousands of dollars of unlawful fines. It's why I refuse to pay them. To this day, my driver's license is completely suspended. It'll be suspended probably forever because I will never, ever pay neither the traffic tickets or the surcharges. Yes, in case you didn't know, they will give you surcharges. Suspend your driver's license. None of what I did involved me driving a motor vehicle. Okay? None of this involved me piloting a motor vehicle. This is me riding my bicycle and doing it lawful in the exact prescribed manner that is outlined, there you go, in Title 39, 414 points 1 and 2. It is also outlined in the New Jersey Cycling Manual. They have a 52-page cycling manual. In case you didn't know, it's even bigger and thicker than the driving manual. Surprise, surprise. Pages 15 to 21 of that manual talk about how a cyclist has the right to take the lane, to drive in the center of the lane. Yes, drivers, center of the lane during hazardous conditions. This is, and for the third layer now, for the hat trick, there is the New Jersey Supreme Court ruling, Posel v. County of Essex. Mr. Posel and his wife, they were riding their bicycles here in New Jersey, Essex County, New Jersey. A wife hits a massive depression in the road, a pothole of sorts, loses control, has a bad crash, and I believe she succumbed to her injuries about a month later in the hospital. Mr. Posel went to bring a civil suit against the state of New Jersey, and it was ultimately ruled, I believe Justice Albin wrote that opinion when he said that, I'm giving a summation here of his opinion. He said that the state of New Jersey cannot be held liable for every last single inch, yard, mile of its infrastructure Really, no state can. Otherwise, you will go bankrupt for every skin, knee, broken bone, and including fatalities, okay? So what Justice Albin, New Jersey State Supreme Court, Justice Albin, he ruled and said that it is for the cyclists, not the motorists and not the police, but the cyclists. It is our duty to find the best means of safety for traversing hazardous conditions, okay? So, like I say, I got Title 39 414 on my side. I got the New Jersey Cycling Manual on my side. I got a New Jersey State Supreme Court ruling on my side. And still, these cops treat me like this.
Not on a black horse pike.
Okay, I believe it's Officer Burke, is it now?
It is.
Officer Burke, are you aware that a bicycle is a legally recognized vehicle and it is entitled to all of the...
Sir, I just told you what you need to do. You either do it or you get a ticket, and you can everything you want to say to me on camera, you can tell the judge in court. All right?
Okay,
All right,
so do you want to write the ticket now, or do you want to follow me some more? Because I'm going to keep going down on Black Horse Pike.
Be right back with you. Do you have ID?
Okay. So here we saw that Officer Burke, he just simply cut me off as I'm trying to talk with him. I am trying to have a civil conversation with him, and of course he doesn't want to. He has already made up in his mind. Now, I don't want this video to get too long, but there's other angles. This is back in my proto years where I didn't have the ability to edit and things like that. So I had like 2 GoPro cameras, a front-facing one, rear-facing one. So in a whole different video is the rear-facing one, where shout out to the commenter, God bless him. There was a commenter, he gave the time index and the rear view footage of literally a jaywalker. Frankly, I think jaywalking's bullshit. I think if you got the chutzpah, if you're willing to roll the dice, then I say you should be able to do it. Again, your safety's up to you, you know? And you know what? Without getting off into a whole bunch of other subtopics, if I'm not mistaken, didn't the United States Supreme Court, didn't they rule that the police have no special duty to protect us citizens? Okay, it's not their. And frankly, I know I was thinking about that with the whole Uvalde, the officer who was on trial for the Uvalde shooting, and he was found not guilty. I didn't follow the trial, and I don't know if his defense team invoked that or not. I really don't know, but I do believe they said that there is no these cops, they have no special duty. Frankly, it's why law-abiding safe and sane law-abiding citizens need to get armed. Get armed, stay armed, do it lawfully, and do it at the appropriate venues. Okay. Let's continue on, because I want to play. I'm not going to play this entire video. I just want to play portions of it where I do get upset with Officer Burke. And the reason why I want to play the portions of this where I start to get upset, I mean, I've like I said, this was a very stressful period in my life. I would not. When you apply stress, see, I don't want to give you a whole psychological dissertation. I'm sorry. I don't have time for that. But what I want you to take note of, what I want you to take away from this, me playing this footage for you, is please take note how even though I am stressed, heavily stressed, with homelessness, poverty, that trailer down there has all my worldly possessions, everything. That bicycle and that trailer has everything that I have, okay? Officer Burke is going to go on to arrest me, put me in the back of his patrol vehicle, and there I just basically begin to have my own meltdown. It's basically just, I began to sob and cry, but there was no violent lashing, thrashing about. All the shit that you see on police body cam videos when they get put into the back of the car, it was none of that, okay? And I want to play some of the, if you guys want, I don't even know if the footage is there or not. I never FOIA'd it. I don't even know if his vehicle, this is 10 years ago, with police, with Pleasantville police, they don't really have a whole bunch of money anyway. So I don't know if there was a camera in the rear of the vehicle or not. Maybe yes, maybe no. If you guys want to FOIA it, knock yourself out. But I'm saying all this because I want you to see how, even though I am stressed and emotionally upset, notice how there is no fighting, no anger, and even I raise my voice, but in contrast, I guess what I'm saying is like, I mean, of all the protests, vitriol, and the cop, I'm sorry, but I feel like I've earned. I feel like I've earned the right to say that there's no shouting, okay? Shouting like how we see today, you know? But you know what? Instead of me talking, let me just simply hit play and you guys can come to your own conclusion.
I do have my identification. It's in the back pocket of my jersey.
You feel free to get it. I need it.
Yeah, but I don't feel... Maybe if, I don't know. I mean, you're not going to reach for your gun and shoot me, are you?
Sir, can you get your... Stop with the theatrics. Please get your driver's license or whatever identification you have so that I can write the ticket that you so desperately want me to write you.
I don't want you to write a ticket.
Okay, well, I don't want you to get hit either.
Okay, but
if you continue to ride on the Black Horse Pike in traffic, I am going to write you a ticket.
Okay, but that's my legal right to do that.
No, it is not. Not in traffic. It is not.
Yes, it is.
Okay, sir. Well, again...
First, I need to ask.
Well, I'm not going to continue this conversation.
Are you familiar with me?
No, I'm not at all.
So you're not familiar with...
I was asking him that because, like I said, all of the agencies, Egg Harbor Township, Hamilton Township, they've all been ticketing me, and I didn't know if I had been discussed among them. Trust me, if I wasn't then, I damn sure am now, you know. So that's where I was going with the whole thing. But let me see if I can move this thing along for you.
No, I'm not at all.
So you're not familiar with Egg Harbor Township or Hamilton Township?
I'm not going to draw this out. Get your ID so that I can see it, please.
And I've committed no crime, but you...
Sir, you've committed an offense, yes.
What is the... Can I have the statute, please?
You'll get it in writing, but you're going to have...
That's a big red flag. If you can't even... I mean, put it like this. Even if the statute number slips your mind, you should at least be able to say, you know, like, I don't know what the exact number is for obstruction or assault, stuff like that, what the statute number is, but you should at least be able to articulate it. You can't even do that.
I have to get your ID like I asked you to do.
I've committed no crime.
Sir, I'm not going to draw this out. Get your ID like I asked you to do.
You're becoming hostile.
No.
Voice,
I'm becoming firm because I have other things to do.
Other things to do?
Yes.
Something harass a lot of... Well, you apparently...
Call it what you will. But I'm asking for your ID probably for the 5th or 6th time. And I need to get that.
Okay, but I haven't committed a crime,
That's your opinion. It's not mine.
It's not an opinion. It's a fact.
Well,
I haven't
sir,
committed
then
a
you can
crime.
fight that fact in court. This is not the venue for it right here. Arguing with a police officer while I'm trying...
America, this is the part where I'm shot and killed. This is the part where this officer is going to take me down in handcuffs, possibly shooting and killing me. I will not retrieve my identification. I am an American citizen with rights to travel this road. This is where I draw my line. No more. I'm tired of the harassment. You don't know the backstory.
You can kind of see the bewilderment on Officer Burke's face where he just didn't know his Tango Echo 2 or whatever the hell it is that he's radioing. I don't know, it might be a radio code for, I got a crazy person. I'm not crazy. I am excited. I am stressed. I am being pushed to my breaking point. And he is just one more link in that chain. This goes on for a couple more minutes. I want to take you basically to the part where Officer Burke goes to effect his arrest.
I've had it! No more!
Tango
more. This is where it happens. This is where it happens, right here. No more. I can't take it anymore.
For the 7th time, I need to
No
see
more.
your ID.
No more. No more. I can't take it anymore. This is where I draw my line. I can't take this anymore. The harassment has been ever present and ever going. I'm an American citizen with rights to the road.
American citizen that's getting ready to get locked up.
I'm an American citizen.
Now, you can reach in your back pocket, use your camera, whatever you do, but we need to see identification to identify who you are. Like Officer Burke explained, you drive. It's not safe if you driving down
It
traffic.
is the law. Please, you have police computers. Please go Title 39.
It's not safe if you have that vehicle. First of all, it's not even registered. You have tags to be driving.
A bicycle doesn't have.
I could go off onto a whole tangent. All of you e-bikers out there, you know, here we are 10 years later. In case you didn't know, what that cop just said is what all of the e-bike regulation is all about. It's one big money grift, and people foolishly signed on to the legislation.
To be registered.
You pull on the cart in traffic.
I hope you're getting all this.
Okay, yeah, I hope. Well, like I said, we need to see your identification to prove who you are, sir. That's what we ask you. You can record everything you want, but we need to see your identification.
Officer
First of all,
Dennis,
what's your
may I
name?
please have your shield
First of all,
number?
what's your name, sir? What is your first name?
My name is Charles Dunbar.
Okay, Mr. Dunbar, do you have any identification to prove that?
There's a Supreme Court ruling. All you have to do is actually give your full legal name. That's it. My full legal name is Charles Dunbar. I am not. There is no legal law that says that I have to have a physical card identifying myself or even produce that. It is why I would ultimately go on to win this court case.
Charles Dunbar.
I should not have to produce identification when I have not committed any crime.
We're not saying you committed a crime. We ask you.
Okay, then if I have not committed a crime, I do not have to produce identification.
You committed an offense. I asked to see your
I haven't
ID.
committed an offense.
Okay, sir.
Turn around. Let me give you David this way. Turn around, place your hands behind your back. Turn around, place your hands behind your back.
This is where it comes to America. A bicyclist riding down the road. No more. No more brutality.
And there you have it, everybody. I did exactly as Officer Burke commanded. Shall I back it up?
Turn around, place your hands behind your back.
This is where it comes to America.
So there you go. I put my GoPro back in its housing. I turned around. I put my hands behind my back. Officer Burke put his handcuffs on me unlawfully. It was all unlawful. I ended up winning this court case, okay, with my public defender. The whole point that I am bringing to your attention is that there was no fighting. There was no shouting by today's crazy standards. You can be vocal. You can be vocal in your protest. That's okay. But I was not screaming. I was not damaging either of these officers' hearing. There was no pulling away. There was no furtive movements. There was no slapping, biting. I did not bite a cop's finger off. Apparently that just happened.
First of all, what's your name? First of all, what's your name, sir? What is your first name?
My name is Charles Dunbar.
Okay, Mr. Dunbar, do you have any identification to prove that you're Charles Dunbar?
I should not have to produce identification when I have not committed any crime.
We're not saying you committed a crime. We ask you.
Okay, then if I have not committed a crime, I do not have to produce
No, you haven't
identification.
committed a crime. You committed an offense. I asked to see your
I
ID.
haven't committed an offense.
Okay, sir.
Turn around. Place your hands behind your back. Turn around, place your hands behind your back. Step that way.
So there you go. I put my GoPro back in its housing. I turned around. I put my hands behind my back. Officer Burke put his handcuffs on me unlawfully. It was all unlawful. I ended up winning this court case, okay, with my public defender. The whole point that I am bringing to your attention is that there was no fighting. There was no shouting by today's crazy standards. You can be vocal. You can be vocal in your protest. That's okay. But I was not screaming. I was not damaging either of these officers' hearing. There was no pulling away. There was no furtive movements. There was no slapping, biting. I did not bite a cop's finger off. Apparently that just happened. Okay, there is no spitting, no kicking, no punching, no slapping. All I did was turn around and comply with his unlawful order. Okay, and I went and I fought that. I waged battle in court and won. Okay, and I wanted to post this in the comments, and apparently YouTube, I don't know what to say. Are they allowing their links from their channels or not allowing it? But the comment got deleted. So anyway, okay, I'm hitting the hour here, and I guess that's about it. Like I say,
I have. I'm an American citizen with rights to the road.
American citizen that's getting ready to get locked up.
and I think, frankly, we can leave it right there. As Officer Burke says that I'm an American citizen about to get locked up. That is very troubling. You know, I will say this in regards to the whole ICE thing. Let's jump back to the ICE comment. I will say this. Let me make sure that I'd like to make sure that the screen isn't frozen. Where are you at, silly? There. Sorry, popped myself away. It does concern me, the masked police officers. It does. That does cause me concern. I can see how anonymity could be weaponized and used against American citizens. You know, be very careful of the things that you run and go along with. I'm always watching, like I say, like a Knight Rider scanner. I'm always watching, and I'm not just simply insatiated by things that tickle your ear, you know. Just because it jives with my political thinking doesn't necessarily mean that, you know, I'm going to. How can I say this? It's like you got to be crazy like a fox. You know, they've even foxes and rats, believe it or not. Careful. You got to be crazy like a fox, wise like a fox, whatever you want to call it. You know, things that get you to go along with, especially with the digital IDs. And whenever they go to implement something that looks like it targets the left, I always question and vacillate in my mind, how could this be used against an American citizen, a law-abiding American citizen? How? You know, so anyway, this is getting to an hour now. Let me cut this off. Yeah. So I wanted to play that for you, and I'm sorry if it took an hour to get there, but that was me getting arrested, and I definitely want to play plays an arrest where I was emotional, where I was stressed to a breaking point, because even though I had been stressed to that point, I never became physical. I never became, you know, so apparently this is not within these people's ability, their protesting abilities. You know, they don't have the ability to do that, to protest within the limits of the law. And if they are, because I get it, the whole, you know, lunch counter, you know what, I watch all of these police cam videos where where I think I saw one guy, he was going to do, old dude, doctor's office, had a guitar with him, lays down on the floor. They wanted to get him out. He was just really angry and shouting and yelling at everybody, which I don't even get, because as you guys saw me in my protest in the doctor's office, there was no shouting, yelling, or anything like that. And it always amazes me with all these police cam videos. I've even seen like the drunk ones, especially the women. Oh my God, the drunk woman. The cop be like, okay, well then I'm gonna arrest you, and she'll shove out her arms. All right, arrest me. I don't care. Do it. And then when the cop is like, okay, he goes to reach for her arm, and they begin to pull away and fight and put. Well, wait a minute. I thought this is what you wanted. I thought you wanted to be arrested. These people are crazy. They're completely unmoored from reality, logic, and proportion. They no longer have it. They don't have these kind of critical thinking skills anymore. There's a lot I could say about the experimental injections. Did they have anything to do with this massive decrease? Because, I mean, if I want to be honest, I want to be fair here. There have always been drunks, okay? There's always been drunk disorderlies, and they do come in varying degrees. So that's not what's new. What's new is these people, they become radicalized. Like I've seen cop videos where people will come off of the street, they don't know the person that's being arrested. They will become involved, physically fight these cops, and they themselves will catch felony charges. This isn't an ICE thing. This is just like, I don't know what's wrong with these people. They come running. I don't know if they're looking to get a viral video or I don't know what the deal is. But they'll end up walking away with like felony charges. What is up with you? I don't get it. I don't get it. Like I say, I don't understand people's thought process today. Something has happened to people in the past 5 years since the fake pandemic. Something has happened that has fundamentally changed our society. Okay, so there you go. Those are my thoughts. ICE. I'm not a fan of them wearing the mask. I think they should be identifiable. But let's not lose sight of the fact that the only reason why they are wearing the mask is because these radicals are so radical. Hello, dude just brought a gun to a battle of ideas, okay? So, and we see these people, they are suicidal.
My name is Kyle, I'm Antifa, and there's so much rage in me that I've had to record this like 15 times trying to get the message out. They fucked up, okay? Go watch my other videos, doesn't matter if you're not here and you're not caught up, you missed the fucking fight. But if you are, it's time to suit up. Boots on the ground, Nicollet and fucking 26th. My house is 4 blocks away. Anywhere between Franklin and Nicollet and 26th and Nicollet, show up, ready to go. Okay, not talking about peaceful protests anymore. We're not talking about having polite conversations anymore. I am talking specifically to my fucking followers. This is everything I have fucking talked about, and this is exactly what I said was gonna happen. This is exactly what I said was gonna fucking come when we didn't fucking go and march on fucking Whipple with guns. Sorry, but welcome to America 2026, where Second Amendment is the only thing that's going to keep you fucking protected from literal fucking Nazi gunmen that are killing innocent people in the street with impunity. This is not a fucking joke. There's nothing fun to chant about it. Get your fucking guns and stop these fucking people.
These people, they become radicalized. Like I've seen cop videos where people will come off of the street, they don't know the person that's being arrested. They will become involved, physically fight these cops, and they themselves will catch felony charges. This isn't an ICE thing. This is just like, I don't know what's wrong with these people. They come running. I don't know if they're looking to get a viral video or I don't know what the deal is. but they'll end up walking away with like felony charges. What is up with you? You know, I don't get it. I don't get it. You know, like I said, I don't understand people's thought process today. Something has happened to people in the past 5 years since the fake pandemic. Something has happened that has fundamentally changed our society. Okay, so there you go. Those are my thoughts. ICE. I do wear. I'm not a fan of them wearing the mask. I think they should be identifiable. You know, but let's not lose sight of the fact that the only reason why they are wearing the mask is because these radicals are so radical. Hello, dude just brought a gun to a battle of ideas, okay? So, you know, and we see these people, they are suicidal. They are. We're seeing judges getting blown away in their homes. But then again, you had lawmakers, I think, from both sides of the political aisle. Shit's getting real out there. It's getting real. It's a civil war that's about to spark hot, okay? And these people, they are willing to die for it, you know? If there's anything I can say to the radical left is that at least they do have idiots that are willing to die for their illogical arguments. You know, I think there's a viral video of the one ICE agent who was Latino, if I'm not mistaken. He's like with his hands clasped, like begging and pleading, people, we're about to go arrest a sex offender, a child sex offender, a trafficker. You know, please, this is who you're defending. You know, I think I said in one of my videos about the fake pandemic, I said when I wanted to go inside the liquor store and deliberately pay with cash because they had a thing where they're saying we're not taking cash because of germs and all that stupid shit, you know. And there's a law here in New Jersey where if you're a brick and mortar store, you have to accommodate cash transactions. So I vacillated. Do I want to go in there, get the camera ready, and stage my little protest? And at the end of it, I was like, no, I don't want to do this. Not for alcohol. Alcohol is not the hill to die on. Okay? Defending these illegal aliens who commit these egregious crimes, this is not the hill to die on. I think the left is so desperate, they took the little 5-year-old boy that his illegal alien father abandoned him. And apparently the mother doesn't want him or something. I haven't read all the details on it, but the kid got abandoned. And of course, well, good Lord, no law enforcement agency is just going to, leave a child to fend for, a 5-year-old to fend for itself on the street? Of course not. Of course not. Let me hit this chest. Of course not. Because then that would be the scandalous story. Oh my God, federal agents left child to die, da-da-da-da. You know, so they had to take the kid into custody. But leave it to the radical left. They're trying to turn it into, get ready for blast from the past. Who remembers, what was it? Let's see if I can say it right. Ilio Gonzalez? Was Gonzalez the last name? Back in the 90s, you know, he was an adorable little boy. And he was like, I think it was about 4 or 5 years old, something like that. I think the guy is something like almost 40 now, I think. You know, where is he now? And yeah, but that's what they're trying to turn it into. They're trying to make it into a Ilio Gonzalez type of a thing of abuse, neglect, or whatever. You know, and that just simply isn't the case whatsoever. So like I said, these radical leftists, they are staging these 80-20 arguments. They are just dying on the hill of things that are just, you don't want to die on that hill. You don't want to spend your political capital on these foolish ventures. I wasn't going to spend my political capital on go to jail because they wouldn't sell me a 12-pack? A 12-pack of Amstel Light? Get the hell out of here. No. I'm not willing to go down for that. But as you saw in my videos, I was willing to stage a protest for healthcare in the doctor's office. And as again you saw, There was no shouting, no yelling. And if it were to come to an actual protest, a sit-in, die-in protest, then yes, what I would have done was just simply either sit in the chair, or if they go to pick me up, to pull me up, to just go limp. Just go limp, I'll just lay down on the floor. And if they go to, I guess they could probably roll me onto a backboard stretcher, then that's fine. I'm not going to pull away from them. I'm not going to fight them. If they want to use the backboard to scoop me up like a spatula, then that's fine too. There's not going to be any shouting or pulling, or just like we saw with Officer Burke. There's not going to be any fighting or resisting. It's why I was not charged with resisting. They just simply, what did he charge me with? Was it? I think it may have been obstruction, but of course, because I did correctly identify myself, and there is no legal obligation to produce physical identification. So anyway, I think I've made my case here. People, if you're going to be protesting, please learn how to do it correctly, lawfully. Know what your limits are, what your limits are not, what you can do and what you can't do. And please, for the love of God, remember, just because you are righteously indignant, your righteous indignation does not nullify the law. I'm going to say it again. Your righteous indignation does not nullify the law. The law is still the law, and we all must follow it, and it all must be applied equally, not to just one political. Because I'm looking at these church stormers violated the FACE Act. They're being let out of jail. Oh, but J6ers, they're thrown into deep, dark, dank holes and not given bail. But see, civil war sparking hot. Get ready. Total Control 871.